Welcome back everyone to today's video, and in today's video we're going to be looking at the weather for the next couple of weeks and also the aspect of blocking towards Greenland and to the north of us in the next couple of weeks, and that could be a sign, of course, of continuing into the winter. And if that happens, then that's where we'll see colder weather, but that's all too far away at the moment. But we will have a winter forecast and probably a Christmas forecast coming soon, if not very soon. So stay tuned for that. So now I'm just going to show you the winds and the possible low pressure stormy and where all the rain is at the moment. So at the moment we got the low pressure system what caused a lot of rain wind just going off to the east into Europe now with them winds wrapping around, probably bringing some strong winds down down the east coast just here. So make sure if you're out on the east coast today, it's going to be quite windy. We've also got some strong winds coming up from the south, so across the south might have some strong winds. Also, easterly winds for most of the country at the moment. So it's looking definitely a bit steadier than it has been lately with all this stormy weather and everything we've been experiencing. So a little bit better on that side of things. So now I'm going to show you today's runs from the GFS. I'm going to show you two. So I'm going to show you the 6Z and the 12Z. We'll start with the 6Z. So the current situation is we've got that low pressure moving away just here. Got winds steadily coming in from the east for most of the country, like you've just seen. Then we've got some blocking just further north around Svalbard, around Scandinavia. A lot of signs, and we've got the deep low pressure far off in the north at the moment, not affecting us. So before we move any further forward, if you don't know which is the pressure and what is going on, then the high pressure, which is the drier, more settled weather, is the yellow, orange, and reds, and the low pressure is the greens, blues, and the purples, which are more unsettled weather, more unstable, if you like. So, now as we move forward, we see that low pressure drifting just to the east, and then we get another deep area low pressure into Friday, and this is going to bring lots more windy weather and some showers into the most of the country by Friday. And as you can see, we have got that blocking area of high pressure just sitting to our northwest at the moment, around here in Greenland, as you can see. So that is one of the signs that we've got that blocking in at the moment. So keep an eye on that. Then that low pressure keeps on dominating, bringing them westerly winds, and we carry on with that high pressure just to our north, trying to get the wind into the north or the east. But as we continue, we get more two areas of deep low pressure just here, bringing lots and lots of rain to most of the country. Maybe the east is a bit more settled, still have some showers. It depends where it all is. And the low pressure drifts straight into the middle of the country. And there is another deluge for the weekend. So, no surprise there, really. But then, as the high pressure strengthens to our northwest and to our west in the Atlantic, we get a northeasterly/easterly wind coming in, and that will be cooler, if not colder, for some parts of the country. Over the Pennines and the Scottish hills and mountains, we'll probably see a bit of sleet and snow, but obviously the other places at normal level, we're just going to see rain at this time of the year as we're only in October. So, yeah, we can't expect anything more at the moment. And we continue bringing in them cooler winds from the north and the east up to the Halloween. And as we just get in Halloween, there's another low pressure system down towards Cornwall and the southwest England. It's going to bring even more wet, windy weather to the country. Then we get another low pressure coming through the channel, so that's channel low, bringing even more rain to the country just there. Then we get the Atlantic with some more low pressure trying to stop that northeasterly wind. So Scotland will just about still be getting it, but this area of low pressure will be blocking it off now from going any more southwards, and then we'll get them westerly winds coming back in. But there's obviously going to be a fight back from that cool weather, and as you can see, that low pressure sort of just slides straight through into the channel, and that causes them winds to lock into the east and the north once again. So once again, quite a cooler outlook over the next couple of weeks, and you can see that blocking what is making this happen. Quite strong winds as well, so very blustery, wet, windy conditions. And then the Atlantic strikes back and tries to get the wind back into the west, but then once again the northeasterlies still in that cooler air. We are not actually getting back into the Atlantic at this point, still quite cold, so that is definitely not expected from this run. And we actually stay locked into that all the way, and then we got a magnificent whoa. Millibar's very high right there, very wet, windy. That's an extreme deep low pressure area. That'll be another named storm if that happens. So we do not really want that with all of the river levels and all the flooding at the moment, so that would not be ideal. But then it keeps the wind in from the northeast, as you can see right here, and some of the air even originated from up here near Svalbard, northern Scandinavia, and coming all the way down, wrapping around that low pressure into the country. So that's quite surprising, and we actually carry on all the way up to the end of the run, still in them northeasterly winds, and a high pressure is building to our west, which could then possibly topple over the country and bring an end to them cooler / cold winds. But it could also keep stable there, or go northwards a bit more and keep them winds coming in. But if we see this through the rest of the autumn and into November, then there's a possibility it can carry on into the more deeper winter, December, January and February, and that's where we'll see them cold spells and more snow and stuff like that. And as you can see, also within this high area of high pressure, we've got a tropical storm just here, what has been on the radar over the last couple of days. So let's just hope that doesn't come our way. But it is just there, so we just got to keep an eye on it at the moment. So now let's go and show you the 12Z. Wants to load. Okay, so 12Z is going to look like this. So once again, that same position over the country at the moment. This is a more updated run. This is more recent, so probably more accurate. But once again, we have that blocking area of high pressure to our north, what we've still got to keep an eye on. And here comes a low pressure from the Atlantic. No surprise there. So we've just got to see if any developments happen with this, any more named storms or anything like that. But yeah, the low pressure coming in from the west, flat westerlies, really very westerly, probably a bit quite mild at this point. And then we do get that blocking high pressure up here, forcing the low pressure to drop further south and the jet stream to go further south as well. We get low pressure right into the country, and that's going to bring even more rain to most of the country. Scotland may be escaping it a little bit, but still showery and quite windy. And then we pull the wind into the north/northeast, like we saw on the other runs, and that will not last for as long as it did on the other run. So that sort of topples over. Then we have another possible named storm just there, and that brings it back into the north/northeast for time. Then the high pressure takes over, and then we're back into them flat westerly winds there. But once again, we get them cooler snaps coming in, just like you can see here, and we're probably going to see quite a lot of that through the next month, I think. So yeah, there's also going to be high pressure going northwards, as you can see. So now I'm going to show you the diagram for what all the models are saying over the next couple of weeks. So as you can see, actually, we are trending cooler at the moment. The red line is the average over the very long time. So that's where we should really be at. And over the next week, we are going to be about there. They actually go quite cooler and colder. And some of the runs are down to -5 nearly. But we can't rule them out. We can't rule any. We can't rule the warm, even the mild and warm runs out. But because there's more in the cooler area now, we're probably expecting the cooler to colder trend to come through, to happen at this point. But we're still not sure. It can still change. We're going to show you the rainfall just now. So here we go. So we start off with them showers into the country. At the moment, that low pressure just out to our east, like we said. Some rain in the southeast there, quite strong rain, maybe a bit of thunder and lightning with that. And then another band of rain pushing in from the Atlantic, bringing more wet, windy and blustery weather into the country. And we're going to see more and more bands of rain pushing in, similar to that one. Here comes another big area of low pressure pushing through the country. This here bringing even more wet, windy weather, and as you can see in Scotland, some of that turning to snow as we bring in them cooler easterly/north easterly wind, and a lot of it turns to snow in Scotland. Actually, that's quite surprising. And in the Pennines, as you can see, just here in Scotland, we got some. Let me change the colour. In Scotland, we've got some snow happening, and in the Pennines as well, we've got a little bit of that. So maybe some places will see a little bit of snow, and I will not be surprised. We actually see quite a bit just here. For the time of the year, it's quite surprising. Obviously, it won't all come off. It's a bit in the distance. So yeah, we keep on seeing a bit of snow over Scotland. Then another band of rain pushes in, and in Scotland once again we see a little bit of snow, but nothing really at this point. So I'm just going to remind you that we still have got a yellow warning for rain in place at the moment over the country. And with that said, that is going to be it for this video. So thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.